Okay, now let's welcome Dr. Charles Chiu, who's the Vice President of the Austin Chinese American Network, to say a quick introduction.
Hey, good job.
Thank you. I didn't realize I need to stand up here for a few minutes. I think it's a good idea to let folks know what we're doing with the students in the local area. So, first of all, I think maybe I will show folks a few minutes, just 1 minute of the video. After the video, I will give a few more clarification here. Okay?
What comes to mind when you think of Chinese culture? A lion dance? Or Peking opera? In the past few months, dozens of ACAN volunteers offered hundreds of hours of Chinese culture classes to students in local schools. These students discovered the astonishing richness of Chinese culture. Students learned that Tai Chi and Chinese medicine are rooted in the same ancient philosophy as the forces of yin and yang. While Tai Chi exploits these forces for both defense and health benefits, Chinese medicine cures sickness by restoring the balance of the forces of qi in humans' bodies. Students in our Kung Fu classes learned about various styles of Chinese Kung Fu and the meaning of Southern fists and Northern kicks. Students also practiced Chinese watercolor painting and Chinese calligraphy and loved the ancient visual arts. The talented young students created many amazing art pieces in the classes. They learned that Chinese calligraphy and Chinese watercolor painting are accomplished using similar tools and techniques and have a long history of shared artistry. In the upcoming Austin Chinese Culture
Oh no.
Because the event just passed on the Saturday evening, so I skipped the rest of the video. If you haven't been there, on Saturday we had one of the largest Chinese New Year event in the town, the Austin Chinese Cultural Festival. That include food, include showcase, include cultural booth in the daytime, and a large 12,000 seat main hall, a large performance during the evening. Several thousand people come from everywhere, enjoy a fun moment of the day. So that's what they're talking about there at the end of the video. One thing we didn't include in the video, just for folks to know, is in January, we host a Chinese calligraphy contest for students. About 180 students show up. Some of the winners are shown on the display there. So after these conversations, we can all come take a look. Students are really talented, learning very quick, start to grasp the art of the Chinese calligraphy. Okay. Next year, this coming year, we will do more. We will continue to work with local students and to teach them all different perspectives of the Chinese culture. Okay. Hopefully, what we are doing here is to improve the understanding of the Chinese culture, of all different kind of art that developed in the past 5,000 years in the East Asian community. Okay. So why we are doing this? We heard earlier it's called ACAN, Austin Chinese American Network. As you know, in Austin, about 2 million of population, there are about almost 130,000 Asian community here. Okay. Among them, there are about 25,000 of Chinese population. Several years ago, some friend of ours coming together and say, these Chinese people here, Chinese American mostly, we shouldn't be invisible in the community, in the society, right? They have a lot of talents. They also has a kind heart. They want to, help. They want to serve, but they are not organized well. So we founded this ACAN as a non-profit, non-governmental organization. Basically wanted to bring our friends out, our Chinese friends, to the community, serving this community, get involved in the community affairs, and also try to help our friends here to better understand what they really mean by Chinese culture. Okay, it's not just line dance, it's not just dragon dance, it's not just Chinese food. There are a lot more than that, as you saw in the video. Okay. So the organization was formally established back about 2 years ago. After that, we did a lot of things in different, just as our mission defined. We work with organizations like, Central Texas Food Bank, Salvation Army, Keep, Austin Beautiful. All that kind of organizations we bring our members out to serve, to do the cleanups, to serve the food. Also, we send, as we saw in the video, we send a lot of people to the school. Fortunately, in this community, we have a lot of experts in different areas of the Chinese art, choreography, painting, Tai Chi, all kind of other things. You're lucky to know our Tai Chi teacher is shown on the video. She actually, when she was a teenager, she performed Tai Chi to President Nixon when he visited China. Okay, and then she grew up, became a top coach in China. Also, is part of the group, wrote the first standard of the Tai Chi competition. So she also have a studio that teach a lot of people for Tai Chi, has a lot of American students with her. So this is what we like to help our students. In the classroom, learning Chinese is boring, I have to say that. Okay. My own two kids, they didn't really go all the way through to learn Chinese because of Spanish is easier to learn. French is easier to learn. They need environment. Okay, they need this community support, and they also need to understand. Chinese is not just about writing down those words. It's about all the rich culture behind it. So that's what we like to do when we come to our community, when we come to our schools. Okay. So without further delays, I think tonight here we have this event play out. I hope everybody enjoy. Also get some better idea about our culture, about our tradition. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.